and welcome to Superpower Broadcasting. I'm your host here, Kevin Castley, and this is a new video. I haven't made a video since the US election, so I wanted to make this one to just give some clarification for why I nuked about 1,100 videos on this channel. Not the first channel to do that. People do that from time to time, right? You create content and then you no longer really stand by that content anymore. So you nuke it, right? It happens, right? And we did that here. But why? There are two sort of schools of thought with regards to content that you no longer stand by. The first is keep it up because it shows growth. Keep it up because it shows what you used to believe, and people can contrast that to what you currently believe. And yes, I don't identify as a liberal anymore, and I don't identify as a hawk anymore. And if you're wondering why, I made a video about 8 or 9 months ago called Why I'm No Longer a Hawk. It's on this channel. Right now, it's got about like 1,300 views or so. You can go and check it out. And it kind of explains my political evolution and why I became disillusioned with liberalism. And of course, if I'm disillusioned with liberalism, then obviously from that, the foreign policy angle follows from it. Well, if I don't believe in the validity of the hegemony of the system in which we're living under, then I'm definitely sure as heck not going to send people to fight to export it to other countries, right? So that was actually a very logical following from that. Basically, as soon as I became disillusioned with liberalism, I was no longer a hawk anymore, because how could I be? There's no reason for that. I believe in a right to self-defense, all that stuff, but there's no point in exporting a bad system on other people. So it doesn't make any sense. So, especially at the cost of a war, right? So, and check out that video. It's about 2 hours long, but it is a pretty full explanation. I know a lot of people don't really seem to get it. They don't understand it. They're like, oh, I even saw one guy recently who's like, oh, well, he lost a debate to Ace, so therefore he moved leftward or something. That was funny because Ace is like an anarchist and like kind of a right wing guy. And so wouldn't I then become right wing if it was because of him? No, it wasn't. It had nothing to do with that. It had to do with looking around and seeing the state of the country and realizing that we're not winning with liberalism. So let's start winning is basically my attitude. You go and check me out on X at Kevin Castley. What does my bio say? Let's make Canada great. Not let's make Canada weak. Let's make Canada subservient. Let's make Canada dependent. No, let's make Canada great, right? We want to be winning. We want to win big, right? So now that kind of outlines there my train of thought. Now, that first school would say leave the old stuff up so people can see what you used to think and compare it to what you believe now because it shows growth, basically. The other argument in that line of thought is leave it up because it's more ad revenue. And, heaven knows you need ad revenue to survive in a country as ridiculous as Canada under liberalism. Absolutely, right? The other school of thought, the one that I ultimately thought won over here, is take it down because what happens if somebody watches the old content and hasn't seen your new content and doesn't know anything about you because the algorithm promotes random videos to random people to try out new stuff, right? And now they come away taking the complete wrong message that you don't stand by anymore. And they're like, oh, you gotta go and check this guy out. He said this stuff that's really cool. And that dude doesn't even believe that stuff anymore. Well, that's kind of bad. So what I wound up doing was, look, yeah, the ad revenue from it is not that much, but granted, every cent helps in a country like this, absolutely, right? And additionally to that, look, it's a lot of content, 1,100 videos. Yeah, it's going to take a few hours to nuke it all. I wound up just saying, no, I'm just going to nuke it all and start fresh, essentially. So yeah, I wound up removing about 1,100 videos from the channel. And you know what? Guess what? Yeah, I'm not the first channel to do that. People grow, people change, people evolve. And yeah, it doesn't really make sense to have the old stuff up. Of course, I still have the videos. Like I've got hard drives for days. I store stuff that I do to look back on and like improve my style of filming, style of speaking, that sort of stuff. So the videos still exist, but I don't want random folks getting exposed to toxic ideas. So I wound up taking them down. Now we're going to be making new videos. There's going to be a new 1100 videos on this channel. And if you want to come along for the ride and help me out, check me out over on patreon.com/superpower broadcasting, and be sure to subscribe to me here if you haven't already. Superpower Broadcasting on YouTube. Go and check out my gaming channel. We're just starting a whole series where we're going through all the factions in Twilight Imperium. That's a lot of fun. We're going to be doing civilization campaigns. We're going to get some Fortnite streams going again. That's a lot of fun, right? Yeah, a lot of Pokemon content on there. That's cool. So, like, there's a lot of stuff going on here in terms of like the Superpower network of channels and everything. But you know what's not going on here anymore? Advocating for basically would essentially lead to World War III for the propagation of an economic system that isn't even winning for us, never mind those that we would be forcing it under in a war. So yeah, they had to get nuked. The videos had to get nuked because I don't want people listening to them going on into public office and taking actions that would get us nuked. So I'd rather the videos get nuked than we get nuked. So no, we should firmly repudiate that sort of Adam Kinzinger, rah, let's go into Russia, that sort of thing. No, we're not doing that. So thank you for watching. And as I said, check me out on my social media. And with that, I will see you in the next video. So take care, stay base, folks.